This is such a curious situation. He's seemingly available, right? So nearly every team with the slightest question at quarterback has been asked about their interest in Lamar. No one team has expressed specific interest, though. Falcons owner Arthur Blank said the Lamar situation is, quote, very different than Deshaun Watson from a year ago, and that there's some concern with Lamar's style of play. Blank went on to say, quote, each game counts in this business. Shannon, what do you think's going on here?
Mr. Blank should have sat this one out, Skip.
Yeah.
Because this quote is very telling. He said the Lamar situation is very different than when he pursued Deshaun Watson a year ago. Looking at it objectively, I say there's some concerns over how long his playing style, of the game. Each game counts in our business. Let me see. Skip, did you know this, that Deshaun Watson missed 9 games his rookie season with a torn ACL? If I'm not mistaken, that's the second time he's torn a knee ligament.
Yep.
Let's see. In 2021, did you know Deshaun Watson missed the entire season? He didn't play a single game. Every game matters. Did you know last year, Skip, that Deshaun Watson sat out 10 games? Every game matters.
It wasn't injury related, but
he missed time.
Yep.
Why and how is unimportant to me. Yep. We'll get to why in just a second.
Yep.
But he said his playing style. Skip, did you know Deshaun Watson over 3 full seasons, he ranked first, 6th, and 2nd in sacks? Playing style. Did you know that Deshaun Watson one-loss record is 31-28? He's 3 games over 500. Did you know Lamar Jackson is 45-16? Playing style. Wow. Skip, did you know that Deshaun Watson has been in the league one year earlier than Lamar Jackson? He's been sacked 194 times. Lamar Jackson been sacked 132 times.
Yeah.
So if I were to add it up, he missed 9 games his rookie season, then he missed the entire season, that's 26, combined with another 10, that's 36. So in his career, brief career, Deshaun Watson has missed the equivalent of 2 full seasons.
Okay.
Now, he said it's different. What's different? You do realize that Deshaun Watson had a guaranteed contract of $140 million. And I don't know if you was willing to go to 230, but it seems to me that you was willing to go add a little bit more onto it, given what you know. Now, Skip, you said he didn't miss because of injury. He did his rookie season, he tore the ACL. But does it matter why you missed the games if you're not playing?
Agreed.
Now, he knew what was transpiring off the field with Deshaun Watson.
He well knew.
But he was still willing to go. You see what's happening here, Skip, is that these guys will stick together. NFL players, I hope you're watching, because they will stick together. Even though, what you got? You make it seem like you got somebody better than Lamar Jackson on your roster currently. Last I checked, hold on. Look at my phone. I didn't get no breaking news that Patrick Mahomes was traded to the Falcons. Joe Burrow was traded to the Falcons.
No.
Josh Allen was traded to the Falcons. Oh, you got Desmond Ridder, and you pounding your chest? But come to find out now, you realize, Skip, in the last 8 years, how much money, guaranteed money, he's giving Matt Ryan? And what about his playing style? That statue, how many times did he get sacked? Man, Mr. Blake, you should have just sat this without not saying anything. Just go ahead and say, you know what? We're not in the market for a high-ticket quarterback. We're not giving up the assets because to give up 2 first-round picks and to pay the compensation. But when you say this, man, you make yourself look bad because you're talking and you're not looking at what's Lamar and Deshaun Watson. One guy's won an MVP.
Yep.
One guy, even if you said, okay, Chef, that's in the past. Okay. We saw what happened last year with, did Deshaun Watson look like the Deshaun Watson? Prior to Lamar going out, Lamar looked like Lamar Jackson. Skip, as a matter of fact, he probably was in the league for the MVP.
He was. Remember, we did mid-season repicks.
Yes.
And you took the Ravens in large part because of him.
Yes.
Okay.
I just don't skip. So 24 lawsuits, 2 torn ACLs, sat out a full season, and suspended nearly over half another season. And he said, the Lamar situation and the Deshaun situation when I pursued him are different.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to figure out what's different about it. If you don't like Lamar, I'd rather him say, you know what, Skip? I don't believe Lamar Jackson's style is conducive for us winning a championship. Skip, I eat that. I can take that.
Yeah.
But don't give me that bull jive. All you guys will give me this bull jive, and everybody know what you're doing. Y'all in this thing together. Y'all got a wink and a nod. what's going on, but
Yeah.
it's some bullshit.
Yeah.
I just wish he had said nothing. Skip, I live in Atlanta. I know what Mr. Blank means for the community. I know some of the things that he's done, but he's absolutely wrong in this situation.
I hear you. I second all your emotion. I reiterate the stat you threw out. It's the best stat of all. 45-16 is Lamar Jackson in regular season games started.
Yeah.
45-16. Isn't the object to
Win.
Okay. 45-16.
So his style of play is conducive for winning.
Whew. Okay. So, because the NFL owners' meetings have been going on this week, and they're all, anybody who matters in the NFL is now in Phoenix at the Biltmore Hotel.
Yeah.
There is easy and ready access to all the above from the gathered national media.
Correct.
So it was a great day yesterday for the national media to get the opinions of just about everybody,
Right.
coaches, GMs, owners, whoever you could grab. Have you been interested in Lamar?
Right.
Everybody got asked. And to a man across the board, I kept hearing virtually the same answer as if they all got the memo. I know there wasn't really a memo, but it felt like they got the memo because the answer was always the same. Lamar's a great player, but it's not the direction we want to go. That's a lot of money. I kept hearing, that's a lot of money that he wants. He's a quarterback who could win a Super Bowl for you. He's a former MVP. Yeah. They all get a lot of money because, I always tell you, it's the premium position
that they play.
It's it. He's it. He has proven at the highest level. He did win a playoff game along with an MVP. What? I keep telling you, he is available. It's going to cost you 2 first-round picks. That's nothing compared to what he could do for you.
Right.
It's going to cost you, who knows, $200+ million guaranteed dollars.
Right.
Chicken feed, pennies, compared to what he can do for you.
Right.
You can't find him. You can't find a Lamar Jackson. You can't find anybody that's proven. So now I'm looking at some of these quotes. Now look at Ron Rivera. I have a lot of respect for him. Okay. He won with Cam Newton. He got to a Super Bowl with Cam Newton.
Basically the same style of play that Lamar Jackson plays with.
Right. And Cam won the MVP that year, and they got all the way to the Super Bowl. Then, you know what, Von Miller happened. Okay. So Ron Rivera is asked, did you look into Lamar Jackson? He said, we never did. We didn't feel it suited what we wanted to do. I know he's a tremendous talent.
Lamar, you just gave Lamar Jackson 45-16. He wins, you lose. So we tried to lose guys here.
Yeah, I know he's a tremendous talent. I know he's a player that can impact your team. I just didn't think that was the direction for us as a team. Is Jacoby Brissett the direction? Now he's selling Sam Howell. I did see Sam Howell play one game and destroyed my Dallas Cowboys, although it was mostly the whole team destroyed my team. But Sam Howell, really? Is he the answer? Is Sam Howell right now more valuable than Lamar Jackson?
No.
Stop it.
I think, see if you go with me here. If Mr. Blank didn't use the Deshaun comparison, he probably could have got away with it.
Yeah.
But he used the wrong comparison. You can't use that guy in what he has going on, given his injury history, his sack history, his win-loss rate, and what he had going on off the field.
No good.
Look, what has transpired, I'm just talking about because Mr. Blank used Deshaun Watson, I think it's only fair that we talk about Deshaun and Lamar in the similar situation because he was traded for picks. And so Lamar Jackson is probably, if he's going to get traded, is going to get traded for picks. So since Mr. Blank took it there, I had no choice but to go there. So I'm not trying to say Lamar, Deshaun, whatever transpired. Ain't no sense in you and I trying to relitigate and go through it and try to figure out what happened, why it happened, how many times it happened.
No.
All I'm talking about is that Mr. Blank said there is a different situation between when he pursued Deshaun and possible Lamar Jackson. And I just need to know what the differences are. That you was willing to go. Because I like to think that your team says, okay, now he did miss 9 games his rookie season with a torn ACL. If I'm not mistaken, that's the second injury. Because if I'm not mistaken, I think he tore his knee in college or high school. He had two ACL injuries, Skip. And then he missed an entire season, and then he missed 10 games. Correct? And so you saying that, and the guy's been sacked a lot of times. So what's his style of play? I'm confused.
So am I. So this is starting to reek of, smell like, at least unofficial collusion, because collusion is virtually impossible to prove unless you have a smoking gun, which is the memo. Did everybody get? No, they're too smart for that. They're not going to send this out.
When I was playing, used to play Monopoly with my kids, my youngest, and my oldest daughter, my son. I said, you guys are in cahoots. And they would say, Daddy, what cahoots mean? I say, you guys are conspiring against me. You sell him property for less than the value of the property just so y'all can beat me.
Okay.
So Skip, these owners are in cahoots. What's trying to hold the numbers of the players steady. So you were as exponentially. Jerry Jones bought the Cowboys, let's just say, for $150 million. They're worth $8 billion.
Washington's the offers on the table are $6 billion.
$6 billion. He paid $800 million in '99.
Okay.
So he's basically, his value has increased 7.5 times. So as the value of the franchise goes up, as the cap goes up, well, let's hold these salaries because we can keep our profit margins continuously going up.
Can you?
Come on.
Yep. Okay. So you can see what's going on here because Lamar is an easy target for these.
Yes.
Because, wait, he's gotten crossways with the Baltimore Ravens,
right?
A class organization with John Harbaugh and Steve Bisciotti and Ozzie Newsome,
right?
Well, then he's a malcontent,
right?
And wait, he didn't finish the last 2 years. He missed the last 4 2 years ago, and he missed the last 6 last year. And there's some question about whether he could or could not have played. Was he just holding in, as he said, where he wasn't going to risk playing?
Yeah, there's some questions of whether the Ravens could have paid or could not have paid.
Okay.
You talk about could he have played or could not he have played?
Yeah.
Could you have paid?
Yeah. And then poor Lamar, still without an agent, maybe without much of advice.
Yes.
You know, does he get it from NFLPA, from his mom, from his friends? I don't know. But now he's got to take to Twitter on a daily basis to defend himself about playing hurt. So he did it yesterday. And it doesn't look good. It looks like a sign of weakness that wait, you have to go on Twitter to fight back?
No, Lamar, you don't have to defend anything.
You don't have to.
The doctors told you what you had going on.
Yeah. Okay.
And I don't believe, let's just say for the sake of argument, Skip, he goes out there and plays. And let's just say he plays well. He doesn't do any further damage to the knee. Do you believe that the Baltimore Ravens are any closer to giving him the money that he's asking for than when he had not played?
I don't. Question. You're right. You're right.
The risk did not outweigh the reward. No. The risk of me damaging my knee and ending up like RG3 was greater than them giving me my money.
Yep.
So y'all say whatever you want to say. Now, at the end of the day, Skip, what is it going to come down to? Is he going to have to go back? Is he going to go back there and play for $32 million? I don't know. Is somebody going to come
on the tag,
on the non-exclusive franchise tag, or is someone going to come into the Ravens and say, okay, how can we do a deal?
Yep.
Would you settle for a first and a third, and maybe a fourth or fifth next year?
Yeah.
Or are you dead set on two ones?
Yeah.
Because if you're dead set on 2 ones, it's a no-go. But I might be willing, like late teens or mid-20s, Skip. I might be willing to go there and a third or fourth round pick this year, along with a fourth or fifth round pick next year. Can we do that? Lamar, this is what we're willing to do. We're willing to go 150, 160, fully guaranteed for 3 years. Okay, we throw some fluff. We throw some fluff on there. We'll make it $75 million year 4, $75 million year 5. So it looks like a 5-year deal for $300 million.
Okay.
But the only thing that's fully guaranteed is the first 3 years, which is $160 million.
Okay.
Can we get the deal done at about 53.5 per year?
I would say that should be a yes. Okay.
That's what I got for you.
And Lamar acknowledged on Twitter that an offer he thinks is still on the table of 3 years at $133 million from Baltimore.
Right.
Not bad money, but could you negotiate that up to 150 as you suggested yesterday, where you get $50 million a year for 3 years? Well, that way you could go ahead and play out your Ravens service for 3 more years, and then at 29. You could hit the open market.
Yeah, hey, give him a little fluff deal. Make it look, okay, Lamar Jackson signed the biggest contract in 3 years, 6 years, 5 years, $300 million, 150 to 160, fully guaranteed. I think Lamar should be happy at about 53.5 per year.
Yep.
For 3 years, the Ravens don't get overextended and said, okay, year 4 and 5, we on the hook for guaranteed money,
Yep.
and he's not the player.
Right.
No franchise tag. You can't franchise him again.
Yeah.
And Lamar has a no trade clause.
Yeah.
I got to get that in there because I'm not going to let y'all ship me somewhere I don't want to go.
Good point. My fear is the blood is so bad between Lamar and Ravens executives, and it feels like the bridge is so on fire right now that I don't know if he can swallow his considerable pride and go back there for less money than he had in his head.
Hey,
Hey,
when you call that banker and say, Mr. Jackson, there was a deposit made for the tune of $100 and X million.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, Steve, how you doing, man? Hey, Eric, ED, bro, appreciate that, man. Hey, Ozzy, I appreciate you taking a chance on me.
He did.
That means the world to me. My family, thank you. My family that I don't even have yet, thank you.
Okay. Because the alternative is you're stuck playing for the non-exclusive tag of $32 million next year.
Look, they're going to have to be a compromise somewhere.
Yeah.
Lamar, you don't really want to play on this tag of $32 million 1 year and navigate that landmine again.
Yep.
I believe a 3 year, you can make it 5 years, you can make it 6 years, however how much you want, but just knowing the first 3 years is what you're going to get.
I would agree. I hope he can see his way to doing that, and I just don't know if he can.
I don't know either. But I mean, a lot of it, Skip, I just like what me and you think of Lamar. Clearly, the league doesn't think of Lamar because you and I both know if that's Patrick Mahomes, teams are giving up 3 first-round picks. Teams are giving him 300 fully guaranteed.
It would be a long line.
Yes.
Yes.
So what we perceive Lamar and what the league perceives Lamar clearly are 2 vastly different things.
Vastly.
Had Deshaun Watson not gotten all that guaranteed money, guys, it makes me wonder how differently this Lamar situation would be playing out. Probably